Ford just killed the F-150 Lightning. Tesla is bleeding sales. The EV market share has crashed from 10% to just 5% in only 3 months. And while every other automaker is scrambling to figure out what went wrong, Toyota is laughing all the way to the bank. They sold 1.2 million hybrids last year alone, which is nearly half of everything they make. So how did they see this coming when literally nobody else did? Stay with me because the answer is going to completely flip everything you think you know about electric vehicles. September 30th, 2025. That is the date the American EV dream died. The federal government completely eliminated the $7,500 EV tax credit, and just like that, it was gone. The carnage that followed was absolutely immediate. By October, EV sales had dropped by 53% in a single month. That is more than half the market vanishing in 30 days. Then December rolls around and EVs made up just 6% of new car sales. Think about that for a second. That is the exact same percentage as early 2022. 3 entire years of progress had just been erased overnight. Tesla, who everyone thought was untouchable, lost 7% of their sales. Ford looked at their flagship electric truck, the F-150 Lightning, the one they had spent billions developing and marketing. They just said, you know what, we are done. They cancelled it. Honda's hydrogen fuel cell vehicle, the Nexo, sold exactly 6 units. You could literally fit all of their consumers in a single minivan. Meanwhile, GM shut down 2 massive battery plants and put 1,550 workers on leave for 6 months. The entire industry had bet everything they had on electric vehicles, and they had bet completely wrong. But here is where it gets really interesting. While Ford was hammering $19.5 billion on EV investments, while Tesla's market share was dropping from 75% to 46% over just 4 years, and while Nissan's EV sales collapsed by 93%, Toyota was posting absolutely record-breaking numbers. They sold 2.93 million vehicles in 2025, which was up by 7.3% from the year before. And get this, 47% of those vehicles were electrified. But here is the key difference. They were not full EVs, they were hybrids. Toyota did not follow the hype. They stuck to their plan, and now they are the only ones still standing. But Toyota did not just get lucky here. They had a very specific strategy that nobody else saw coming, and right now it is absolutely printing money for them. Let's rewind the clock back to 2020, when pretty much everyone in the automotive industry was calling Toyota stupid. Every single major automaker was racing as fast as they could to build electric vehicles. GM pledged $35 billion to EVs. Ford went all in on electrification. Volkswagen literally bet the entire farm on electric. And what did Toyota announce? They were going to invest heavily in hybrids. Automotive analysts absolutely laughed at them. The headlines were brutal. They are behind the curve. They don't get it. They are living in the past. Toyota's executives were getting roasted on financial news channels, but what nobody realized at the time was that Toyota's executives were reading from a completely different playbook than everyone else. They saw 3 critical things that the rest of the industry was completely missing. First, they recognized that Americans fundamentally do not trust charging infrastructure. Range anxiety is very real for most people. You simply cannot charge a car in 5 minutes, but you can fill up a hybrid in 5 minutes because it is still got a gas tank. Second, they understood that EVs are incredibly expensive to manufacture. The batteries are massive, they are heavy, they are costly to produce, and the entire supply chain is a logistical nightmare. Hybrids, on the other hand, use much smaller batteries. They are cheaper to build and they generate much better profit margins. And third and most important, they knew the most Americans simply cannot afford a $60,000 electric vehicle, but a $30,000 hybrid that is actually achievable for the average American family. So Toyota made a move that nobody in the industry expected. They committed $10 billion to US manufacturing, but not just any manufacturing. This was specifically for hybrid production. They opened this massive battery manufacturing plant in North Carolina. The total investment was nearly $14 billion and it created 5,100 American jobs. The plant started production in 2025. Then they pumped another $912 million into 5 of their existing plants. Their plant in Buffalo, West Virginia, alone got $453 million. And what were they building there? Four-cylinder hybrid engines and hybrid transaxle, all the stuff that nobody else wanted to invest in. In Mississippi, they spent $125 million to build the hybrid Corolla. This was the very first electrified Corolla ever made in America. And here is where Toyota's strategy becomes absolutely genius. While every other automaker was building these EV-only platforms that were expensive, inflexible and basically all or nothing bets, Toyota was quietly converting their entire vehicle lineup to hybrid first models. The 2026 RAV4 100% hybrid, 2026 Camry all hybrid, the Corolla now has hybrid option, the Tacoma pickup truck has a hybrid option, the Highlander SUV hybrid. They didn't abandon gas engines completely. Instead, they made them better, more efficient, and most importantly, they gave their customers actual choice. That $10 billion bet they made when everyone was mocking them, it's paying off in a massive way right now. But the real genius here is not just about Toyota build. It is about what they did not waste money on. And that is exactly where all their competitors are absolutely bleeding out right now. Toyota is not stupid. They know EVs are coming. Their target is 100% zero emission by 2040, same as everyone else. But they are not rushing. While Ford and GM bled billions forcing EVs, Toyota's hybrids are printing money. Higher margins, cheaper production, and customers actually want them. They are taking those profits and investing in solid-state batteries. Lighter, faster, and long range. But the tech is not ready yet. Toyota's timeline is simple. 2026 to 2030. Dominate hybrids, build market share and make massive profits. So here is my question for you. Did Toyota just get incredibly lucky with their timing here, or are they actually the only ones in the entire automotive industry who knew exactly what they are doing?